The joke left his lips before he even realized what he had said. Standing in the doorway of his small apartment, exhausted from a long day and holding a bag of groceries in one hand, Daniel Carter laughed awkwardly and said the words that would change his life. "Well, if things get worse, you can always move in with me." He meant it as nothing more than a light-hearted comment, a polite attempt to ease an uncomfortable moment. But the woman standing in front of him wasn't just anyone. She was Elena Whitmore, the powerful CEO whose name appeared in magazines, business conferences, and headlines across the country. And the next morning, the question she asked him would shake Daniel's entire world. Before we begin this emotional story, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Kindness Stories. If you believe that kindness, second chances, and simple human compassion can change lives, this story is for you. Daniel Carter never imagined his life would end up the way it had. 5 years earlier, he had been an ordinary man with ordinary dreams, a loving husband, a newborn daughter, and a modest job repairing HVAC systems around the city. His life had been simple but full of warmth. Then everything collapsed in a single winter when illness took his wife far too soon. Grief does not arrive like a storm that passes quickly. It settles like a heavy fog that refuses to lift. For Daniel, that fog lasted years. He learned to live inside it while raising his daughter Lily, who was barely 2 years old when her mother died. Daniel worked long hours to keep their tiny apartment, often returning home with sore hands and tired eyes. Yet no matter how exhausted he was, he always found energy when Lily ran into his arms shouting, "Daddy." Her laughter became the small light that kept him moving forward. But raising a child alone wasn't easy. Bills stacked up. Repairs in the apartment building went unfixed. Some nights Daniel sat at the kitchen table after Lily slept, staring at numbers that never quite worked out. Still, he refused to complain. Life had taken a lot from him, but it had also given him Lily. That was enough. Elena Whitmore lived in a different world entirely. At 38, she had built a technology empire that analysts described as unstoppable. Her company offices filled entire skyscraper floors, and investors treated her words like prophecy. Yet success had a quiet loneliness that few people noticed. Elena's days were filled with meetings, negotiations, and constant pressure. She traveled constantly, rarely staying in one place long enough to call it home. People admired her. Many feared her. But very few truly knew her. The night her life intersected with Daniel's was nothing special at first. Elena had come to the neighborhood unexpectedly to inspect a property her company had recently purchased. A sudden storm had rolled through the city, drenching the streets and knocking out power in several blocks. Her car stalled near Daniel's building. Soaked by rain and frustrated, she stepped out into the dark street with nowhere nearby to wait. That was when Daniel noticed her struggling near the sidewalk while carrying a laptop bag and trying to call for help on a phone with barely any signal. Daniel approached cautiously, holding an umbrella that had seen better days. He offered to let her wait in the building lobby while she sorted out her ride. Inside the dimly lit hallway, Elena seemed oddly relieved to be somewhere quiet. The storm rattled the windows as Daniel's daughter Lily peeked curiously from behind the apartment door. Children have a way of dissolving awkwardness. Within minutes, Lily was showing Elena her drawings taped to the refrigerator and proudly introducing her stuffed bear named Captain Waffles. For a moment, Elena forgot she